viewers, good afternoon. My name is AJ Oba, and you have today the Afro political panel discussion on Cleveland TV. So this afternoon, we're going to have a critical discussion on politics, Nigerian politics to be precise. And we have some gentlemen in the house who will be taking us through this discussion. And before we go there, I'd like to leave the floor for my colleague to introduce herself. Frank, over to you.
That's all right. Thanks. Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Frank Kalidemundia. I'm co-hosting this section of the political interview. So stay with us.
Okay, you're welcome back. It's still Cleveland. Political Africa political panel discussion on Cleveland TV. This afternoon, we're going to have a discussion around politics. To be precise, it's Nigerian politics. So, and the theme for today's discussion is the Nigeria election 2023. Who do we vote for? So, before we dive into the discussion proper, we'll be introducing our special guest today. On this panel, we have Ambassador Dr. Odion Cedric Obebolo on panel this afternoon, and he is the founder and former national chairman of Grassroots Development Party of Nigeria, GDPN. Also on the panel this afternoon, we have Honorable Amadichi Chike Divine. He is chairman of the Afro Committee Labour Party, Nigeria. So these are the gentlemen we have on the panel this afternoon, and we're going to be looking at Nigeria election 2023. Who do we vote for? So we know the Nigerian history and political history, that Nigeria has a history of dodgy elections. In fact, as a matter of fact, the first election in Nigeria was rigged. And that has set a very wrong precedent in Nigeria. And today we find ourselves in a very serious spot, political governance in Nigeria, which is the theme for today's discussion. Now, the question is, how do we vote? How do we vote? I'm going to pose the question, the first question on the panel this afternoon. How do we cast our vote come 2023? Who is the most likely candidate to be voted for in 2023? I'm going to be asking a question in line with this very question. So I'm going to leave that question for Ambassador Dion. Who do we vote for come 2023? Who is the most likely candidate to be voted for in 2023? What's your opinion on that?
Thank you very much, Prof. I'm glad to be here with you again. And yeah, good. As the 2023 general election is coming closer, the political gladiators, they are moving around, giving fictitious promises. Some are giving fictitious promises, some are boasting with their money, and some are campaigning genuinely, telling the country what they can do for them, for the real. And I must let you know that we have, among the 18 political parties that we have in Nigeria today, we have five major political parties and 5 major candidates, which are, number 1, Dewale Adebayo for the SDP. We have Peter Obi. We have Peter Obi for the Labour. We have Atiku for the PDP. We have Kwankwaso for NNPP. We have Tinubu. These 5 candidates, my preferred candidate there is Barrister Prince Adewale Adebayo, who is the most intelligent and competent man to vote for. Thank you.
That's all right. You've spoken well, Ambassador, and you said your candidate is the most intelligent candidate to be voted on. For me, I think until he's been tested, we can't really decide that. Although we're going to be speaking more of that later in the day. But I want to take us back to the concept of leadership itself. Okay, now you just said one or two things about your own candidate, and we've heard stories like this. We've had people like this making up stories like this, coming on board to tell us they are intelligent and they can do one or two things for Nigeria and they make Nigeria a better place. But over 62 years of independence, we are almost where we are 60-something years ago. We still not got this right. So, Honorable Amadichi, I need you to come in here. The concept of leadership in Nigeria, where are we getting it wrong? And then what can be done about it?
Okay, thank you very much. Once again, my name is Honorable Amadichi Chike Divine. I am the chairman, Diaspora Committee of Labour Party here in Nigeria. The fact is that we have 2023 around the corner. And 2023 is a defining moment for Nigerians, both home in here and in diaspora. We have really gotten it wrong all these years in leadership. Truth be told, Nigeria has never, I don't know why I should use the word never, gotten it right in the affairs of leadership of Nigeria. So it has been a challenge, a huge challenge over decades. Now, another electioneering season has presented itself for Nigerians to change this ugly narrative. I think the ball is in our court as Nigerians to change the narrative, because for real, we have gotten it all wrong in the past. Now we have to change the narrative. Perhaps that's my response on that question. Let's move on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Before we go on break, I would like to just ask this question. Now we have 2023 election coming, and we are all Nigerians. We've seen the state of Nigeria at a point, and there is so much political tension in Nigeria at the moment. Different acts of terrorism going on in Nigeria at present. The question is, how important is 2023 election to you as a Nigerian? Not just as a politician, but as a Nigerian. How important is this election to you? I have to leave this question for Ambassador Odion before we go on break.
Thank you very much, Prof. The 2023 election is going to be a very special election that Nigeria will decide to bring in an important personality, a credible candidate to rule the country. It's so important to me because I have a candidate who can display his intelligence to rule the Nigeria. This is the president of Adewale Adebayo. The man has been working in silence, but I tell you that 2023, his success will come out loud. So that's it. It's a good man.
It's all right. Thank you so much, Ambassador. Thank you so much for that. We'll take a short break here, and when we come back, we'll be discussing the impact of diaspora, number one, and the viable contestant to watch out for in the 2023 general election. Please don't go away.
Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available throughout sub-Saharan Africa and to the diaspora markets worldwide. Take your entertainment with you wherever you go. Watch on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, depending on your device. Watch free movies with Clevenard Movies Television. Stop searching for free movies websites and watch Clevenard Movies Television. Watch your favorite African shows anywhere at any time. Don't forget to check out our top 5 TV channels created to get you informed. TV1, Clevenard in Diaspora Television. TV2, Clevenard Youth Television. TV3, Clevenard Movies Television. TV4, Clevenard Teleshopping Television. TV5, Clevenard Tourism Television. To start watching, sign up at www.clevenard.com and follow the easy steps. Once you're done, log into the Clevenard website or app on your device, click on any one of our 5 TV channels, and hit play. We will be very satisfied and happy to welcome you to our team as one of our new business partners. Contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com.
All right, you're welcome back, and we are staying with Ambassador John Shedrack Upewolo and Honorable Amadichi Chike Divine of the Labour Party. Now, I like to ask this question because when you talk about leadership and government, you are not just talking about the leaders alone. You are also talking about the people. In fact, more of the people is so, because at the end of the day, the people bears the brunt of whatever is going to be dished out from the presidency or from the governorship decks and all that. Now, my question is this, sirs, and I want the Honorable to answer it first. Okay, now, for the people that you say or that you claim to have the interest of leading rights, okay, what are the criteria they should use in electing the next president to take them on for the next 4 years? What should they be looking at in the candidates? Is it all about the money? Is it all about the glittering? Is it all about the promises and all that? What is that peculiar thing that the populace should be looking out for in their candidates to vote into power?
Okay, thank you very much, Franca. 2023, for me, we have only 3 major candidates. Yes, we have 18 political parties. Most of them have their own candidates, but as it stands now, we have only 3 major candidates. In the past, we usually have this 2-party system, kind of, whereby you have either the APC or the PDP. But 2023, God's so kind to Nigerians that is a third force now. And that third force is the Labour Party and its candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. As it stands now, what Nigerians should look out for in the candidate they want, first of all, we're not going to get carried away again with promises. Politicians has promised us a whole lot in the past. I can bring out my notes and tell you all the promises that APC made in 2015 and 2019, and I can't remember how many they have fulfilled. So this time around, Nigerians should not pick any candidate on promises. It is time for us to pick candidates on tested and trusted. We must elect a candidate that must have been tested and trusted. And my candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, has proven this tested and trusted. He was elected as a governor of Anambra State, and he served 8 years Whatever I'm saying today, you can go and verify. He set a pace in Anambra today that after he left, no governor in Anambra has been able to meet up the standard that he left. He took the educational sector from 26 to #1 in Nigeria when he was governor. Under him, Anambra, the insecurity, the killings in Anambra stopped under Peter Obi as governor. I have been able to watch an interview of the army general that were in Anambra at that point, who was posted in Anambra. He said immediately Peter Obi took over, the insecurity they were battling came to an end because he was able to give them all the necessary support they need as security agencies to be able to combat the killings and the insecurity in the state. So for me, Nigerians should be able to look out for who must have served in one capacity or the other, and the track record when he served, what he did, so that we don't go about promises. So for me, that's my response for what Nigerians looking forward to.
It's all right, sir. But you agree with me that governing a state is quite different from governing an entire nation. So if he's fine, he was able to do one or two things in his own state in his time. But when you look at this, the structure of Nigeria is quite larger than a state. Let's say Anambra State that you just mentioned. How suitable, how sure are you of his suitability to be able to lead a country like Nigeria?
Power. So for me, as long as Peter Obi has handled executive power, #1 citizen in the state for 8 years, for me, that is one of the things we should look at. When you were holding a particular position in Nigeria, what was your performance? So if someone can handle a state and he was able to do well, a state in this country, I mean Nigeria, that we all now want a president, a new president, obviously he has proven himself to serve the nation. In other words, he can, I repeat, he can handle the complexity of Nigeria. We have challenges, I understand. We have a huge, the country is going down. And I tell you, if Peter Obi cannot come in now, I wonder what Nigeria will look like in the next couple of years, because we're already down and we're looking for somebody who can help us up. So Peter Obi, for me, I am not saying all this because I am of Labour Party or I am supporting Peter Obi, but I'm looking at this as a Nigerian, as a right-thinking Nigerian, as a patriotic Nigerian. I'm saying it from that aspect. I joined Labour Party and Peter Obi because I am a patriotic Nigerian, not because I'm a politician, because I want the best for this country. I'm looking forward to have a country that our brothers and sisters in diaspora can come back to live in, can come back to invest in, can come back to bring that knowledge that they present there. When you go to the US, go to Canada, go to UK, Nigerians are one of the best doctors. You see Nigerians doing well there, and then you come back here, the same doctors, it appears that they are not doing too well, not because they don't know what they're doing, but because they are not having the enabling environment. The government is not giving them the support. The motivation is not there. So when the opportunity to find their way outside here, you see them doing their best, performing well. In almost all the sectors, when a Nigerian graduate leaves this country, he goes out there and explore and become the best among his best in that country. And here, the same person will be struggling in his career. So something is fundamentally wrong, and it has to do with our leadership. And Peter Obi is coming to change this ugly narrative. That is my take on this.
Mr. Rai, thank you so much. The next question will be asked by Professor Uba, but before I give him the chance to do that, Ambassador Odion, I need you to come in there. What should Nigerians look out for in choosing his next president?
Thank you very much. Um, in the next election, the kind of president that we want to rule us is a president that is capable, that doesn't make noise, that doesn't give facetious promises. The president that have not saw his or her hand in government money. The president that have not. We need a new breed. We need a competent person. We need somebody who is not begging for money for people to vote for him. We need somebody who is not collecting aircraft from people to vote for him. We need somebody who is not be who doesn't have godfather that push him around. All those people who have already sampled Nigerian money, that are pushing him forward to come and rule us. No, we need somebody, a credible person, the person that can talk, and he will do it. And is the person of Prince Barrister Adewale Adebayo. The man is so eloquent in speaking, in action, very intelligent.
Yes, I would like to comment there, sir. I don't know, but I don't think leadership is about being eloquent and all that. Apart from what you just mentioned, please, Professor Uba, you'll come in soon, please. Apart from what you just mentioned, what other criteria does it have? What are those things in him that Nigerians should look up to and say, okay, for this and this, we are bringing him into power?
Yeah. First of all, he's a philanthropist. The man has affected the life of so many Nigerians, both home and abroad. Okay, he have not worked with Nigerian government before. Is a 50 years old young man. But what he have achieved at 50 years, today, we know that the man is well capable to rule Nigeria.
Is that right, sir?
Been with him, so
is that right, sir? Is that right, sir? So please, Prof, you can pick up from here.
Okay, now I want to ask a very important question because Nigerians are tired of promises. Everybody claims to be competent when it comes to election time in Nigeria. But we will not live to see that competence play out in our society. Now, I would like to know, I'm going to pose this question to you, Ambassador Dr. Odion Obebolo. Now, we have been having leaders that are creating national problems in Nigeria. If you look at the history of Nigeria, the political history of Nigeria, we've had presidents or head of states that have created more problems than solutions. You will agree with me. Now, the question is, how will these people we are about to vote in 2023, including your own candidate, solve national problems in Nigeria? We have problem of terrorism now in Nigeria. It was not there before, but now we have it. We have the issue of kidnapping and banditry. It was not there before, now we have it. These are national issues. It's happening in the north, it's happening in the south, happening in the east, in every part of Nigeria, we are feeling it. How do we, in a country that is so emotive when it comes to religion, when it comes to tribe, how do we find someone competent enough to solve these national problems?
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been fortunate to be going around with my presidential candidate, Prince Adewale. We went around, we met people that matters, we met the grassroots people, and we've already told them exactly how he's going to change the country, how he's going to make things good for the country. He was in Embelembe. I hope you know what Embelembe means. Break the family. He went there. He analyzed everything about Nigeria. How he showed that Nigeria has a lot of money, because anybody that enters government says Nigeria doesn't have money. Nigeria is a rich government. So he told the world how he's going to utilize the money that Nigeria has, how he is going to stop the looting of oil, then how is going to stop the terrorism? The terrorism is coming up because people are hungry. So if the country is working today, there will be no terrorism. So first of all, whoever that is coming, how to make the country stable, make the country governable. That is what my principle is asked for. To make, not by talking, not by giving official promises. Nobody is not under any pressure from any godfather. You must do this, you must do that. It's not borrowing any money. It's not collecting aircraft from people. So I believe and I know that my presidential candidate can do the best for Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. I just want to, on this point, I want to ask this question because it's important. All of you are affiliates to parties as a presidential candidate that is coming on in 2023. I want to know what are the solutions in line. For example, we have, like I said before, we have national issues. Can you name 1 or 2, 3 agenda that your party has that will solve our national problems come 2023 and beyond? Because these candidates keep promising us, we are going to stop insecurity. How do you do it? I'm going to improve the economy. How do you do it? More especially when they have not been tested in power. So tell us.
Thank you very much. I think that question should be asked to, he should be asked that question. I am not the one that will give you that, that will answer that question for you. Because he's going to tell you, he's going to tell us how he's going to do it. I am not the one that will give you that question, sir. That answer.
Okay, thank you, Ambassador. In that respect, I'm going to ask the same question to your colleague.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you about Divine.
That you will not lie.
You are part of Labour Party. You are part and parcel of Labour Party. What are the principles laid down by Labour Party to solve our national issues? What are you people going to do? Because now we don't need stories. We don't need. We are competent. We've done this. We've done that. How are you people going to do this? Nigerians are tired of waiting. So we need proactive action. We need action plans on how to survey Nigeria. How are people going to do it? How are you going to stop insecurity, banditry, kidnapping, terrorism, everything that is not going well in Nigeria? Where do we start? Should you be elected? Should Labour Party assume power in 2023 and we have a Labour Party president? How is it going to solve the Nigerian problem?
Thank you very much, Professor Kingsley. The thing is that we came prepared. Labour Party and Peter Obi, we came prepared. And we are ready to hit the ground running from the day one upon swearing in. Peter Obi has made it clear. He sings it like a song that he wants to change Nigeria from a consumption nation to a production nation. And in a system where you only consume, you are almost doomed. So now, if we have to, first of all, unite this country. When I mean unite this country, we want to run a unity government. A unity government that the North, the South, the West, the East will come together and embrace each other. That is number one. A unity government that can be able to find a lasting solution. Now, when we come in, the insecurity is, take it from me, is politically motivated in Nigeria. Insecurity in Nigeria is a systematic game to keep us suffering. If only we can have a president that is very decisive, a president that will come and understand that, listen, if only this country can work again, there will be no insecurity. Number one, you have to first of all bring people out of poverty, because number one reason of insecurity, why it appears that, when I use the word political motivated, why it appears that the politicians are using the ignorant masses to perpetrate mayhem in the name of banditry, in the name of kidnapping, in the name of Boko Haram, name it, is because the system itself is not working. They say an idle man is a devil workshop. When you impoverish people, you use them for your own selfish political gain. Now, if P2B comes in and now set the ball rolling, our security agencies need to be properly equipped. They need to be properly motivated. We cannot have Nigerian soldiers that do well in peacekeeping outside this nation, and then in this country it appears they're not doing well. I strongly believe that Nigerian military, Nigerian police, all the security agencies, they can do very well in this country only if we can have a sincere government that will come in to motivate them, that will come in to get necessary equipment, that will come in to allow them to use the equipment that is meant to work. Because we know the game's going on. Not everything will come here to say. We understand what is happening. By the time we come in, we have to understand their problems. I mean, the insecurity going on, we call the security agencies and say, what are the challenges you're facing? We cannot interface with them now because we are not in power. We don't have that liberty. We cannot possibly do that. But by the time we come in, first thing first, we have a meeting with them, understand what their challenges are. When we understand that, we try to, as a government, implement and support them. I tell you, as we speak, there are equipment for a ransom in a 21st century that I can dictate where you are calling me from right here upon your call coming in. If I choose to, I can tell where you are, your location, and if somebody is not using such technologies to know and combat this kind of crime of kidnapping, I think something is wrong somewhere. So we are coming to change the narrative. That's for the insecurity. And we are coming. You see, we are not coming to make promises of we're going to create job. See, the government gives enabling environment to be for Nigerian people, SMEs, to strive. So basically, these are the things we're looking forward to. And Nigerians will have a fresh breath as soon as P2B is sworn in. Thank you.
Thank you for that point. I'll agree with you to an extent with what you just said. We have a populace that needs to be conscientized on their space, the political space in Nigeria. So, which is a very big challenge. The people in Nigeria are still not too aware of their own system, why they should change government, but they just want change. Now, how do you intend to conscientize Nigerians with the level of poverty that is currently running in the country? Because if to buy a voter to vote for a wrong candidate in Nigeria, with what you've said so far, how do you tend to achieve that objective?
Okay. The thing is, we as we speak now, we have barely 67 days to the election. 67 days, thereabout, somewhere there, to the election. And now, Nigerians, like you said, the awareness is ongoing. Our party, we are busy. We have our men and women on the field creating the awareness, letting them to understand that the political elites has weaponized them with poverty. It's very unfortunate. We just have to say these things the way it is. See, poverty in Nigeria is systematic game to keep Nigerians down so that whenever there is election coming up, they will use the resources they loot from us to come and entice them to vote them back to power. Not because they have done well to be voted back to power, but because they have impoverished the people, they have stolen their resources, and they turn back to splish this money on them for them to come back to power again and keeping them into poverty. So now we are busy letting Nigerians know that, listen, the money they are coming to give you, the bag of rice, the salt, the beans, these are their money they stole from you. They are coming to influence you to vote them back again. After you must have voted them back, they will abandon you once again. And you will be in poverty for the next 4 years. And the next cycle, they will return back again. So we cannot continue like that. The economy is going down per day. An average Nigerian cannot afford a 3 square meal, can't even afford 2 square meal. And yet, some people are heaping these billions somewhere. And listen, I hear my brother saying about some candidate that some past politicians are parading or carrying around. Let me tell you, take it from me, some of our past leaders that are quite aged now, they have realized their wrongs in the past. They have come to terms with themselves to know that, you know what, if we don't help to change this country, and 2023, the game continues, posterity will judge them even in the grave. They know.
Thank you for that.
So let me land. So now, some of them that maybe the idea that past leaders are carrying some candidates about, they have realized that among the candidates we have, this is who can actually change the narrative. And we have no choice than to align with this person who is going to change the narrative. That's why you see so many of these past leaders are aligning with Peter Obi. They have realized that, listen, we cannot afford to allow the current political elites to continue what they are doing. Those of us, we have made our mistake in the past. We have realized our mistake. It is time to change, help these Nigerian youths to bring in a leader that can give them a fresh breath. That is what I mean, let me tell you, when my brother said that people are going about begging money, we're not begging money. What we are asking, in anywhere in the world, let me tell you, anywhere in the world, in a democratic system, the people fund who they want to be their leader. That is when they have a say in that government. If they can contribute their 1 naira into your coming into power, they have a say. But when you loot their money and come back to them with their money you looted from them to impose on them and force yourself into power, they cannot say a word. But we are running a system that we say, listen, guys, this government you are trying to come in is your government. And we don't have the bags of money. We don't steal. We have never stolen. So we don't have the resources to come and challenge the criminals we have in the past. Now, it's up to you to come out. That's why you see people are busy doing self-funding to bring about a good government. So when it comes to begging, nobody's begging. Nigerians are joyfully putting their resources together, putting their time, bringing out their energy for a new government, a new Nigeria. That is what is happening. Nobody's begging anybody for money. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'm going to leave the floor for Franca before we go on break. Franca, in continuation with this, what do you have for Ambassador?
Thank you so much, Professor. I think we should take a short break here, and the next 1 minute we'll come back with our next question. We're going to be actually talking of restructuring and diversifying the economy, how it's going to help us, and how your own candidates tend to work towards in this regard. Please, we'll take a short break here, and we'll come back shortly.
In the 21st century's technological advancement, we all seek opportunities to move and network with the emerging space. Introducing Clevenard blog and event posting. Do you think you have some interesting materials, good content, articles, and stories, then feel free to publish them on Clevenard blog and events page, just as team of our writers are doing presently. By blogging on Clevenard's blogs and events, you benefit from our reach and network. There are constant stream of people visiting our social platform, and we have figured out just how to distribute our contents. This means you can basically skip the line and get access to a big audience from day one. Furthermore, we can help you get in touch with important people for projects with possibilities of translating your content into other languages and republishing them on Clevenard. This helps preserve and protect your content from getting lost. What's more, you also get to be part of our team with access to our network and lots of exclusives, behind-the-scenes information. And of course, you get full credit for everything you do, which brings you popularity and make extra income. Sign up now on clevenard.com and start blogging to your advantage. Please see the tutorial video on how to blog or post events on Clevenard Blogs and Events. For more information, contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com. Clevenard, your blogs, your identity.
All right, you're welcome back, and you are still on the political program. It's all right. Before we went to the short break, we tried to say, talk of one or two things about restructuring the economy. Okay, no. Now, my question will go to you, Ambassador Shedrack Odiom Okperu. All right, I've met with quite a number of people, okay, and they are like, you see, somebody said to me about 2 days back, and he said, see, Nigeria, even if you bring 20 or 300 of Peter Obi to rule Nigeria, things will still not go right because every system is corrupt, okay? Every system, from the police force to the custom enforcement to the immigration to INEC to almost all the systems, they are all corrupt. Before you can get one or two things out of these places, you have to sort hands, okay? Now, what do you think should be, let me not use your own party now, or I can use your party as a case study. What will your party be doing to sanitize the system?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I answer that question, I think I have to go back to some statement my brother Honorable made regarding my answers to your previous questions. And I did not mention them. I always said people are begging for money to do this. If Honorable feel that it's Peter Obi that is begging money, that is fine. I accept that, and I want to tell you that he cannot go anywhere with all that. Thank you. So now the question is that, what I understand by restructuring is that to change the existing platform, government, organization, and business.
Order of things.
Yes, is to change it. Okay, but in this Nigeria, to do that, I believe strongly in restructuring. I believe in it. So now, for Nigeria to be well, okay, for Nigeria to be a great nation again, Nigeria had to be restructured in the way of letting everybody be a part of the government, not one-sided. In the recent time, the government that we have been having, if my brother is a president, he will go and bring all his people, all his family into the government house. We don't want that. That's not restructuring. You have to put people that matter, people that can actually do the work. Not because he's my brother, he will be my PA, or he's my sister, she will be my cook. Do you understand? That's what we have been facing here. But I want to tell you that my candidate lived abroad for so many years. Okay? He knows how he can restructure Nigeria. to a better way. I've listened to him in several occasions, and he has practicalized so many things in my presence that what he is going to do for the benefit of the Nigerians. He's not begging for money to do election. He's not borrowing any money to do election. He's not going to collect aircraft from somebody that will control him when he's being elected. No.
Is that right, Ambassador? Yeah, I quite get that, Ambassador. You've said one or two things about your candidates now.
Yeah.
Okay, now you said he's going to change so many things in the system. He's going to work on this and then work on that, which is fine. But the Nigerians have been hearing this same news for quite a number of years, and you all know that even leadership and the governance is not tea party. It is not easy to lead a country. Okay, because a few days back, I think I saw a video where a young man, I can't remember his name now, was trying to analyze Nigeria, and he said, see, the natural resources at our disposal in this country, we've not even been able to discover 98% of it. I think he mentioned, I've forgotten the name he mentioned that as well now, and I was told that a gram of that mineral resources was sold at $20, okay, which is even much more expensive than the crude oil we are presently fighting over. Now, again, Nigerians, we are not looking at the fact that the next couple of years, with the advent of ICT and all that, our own natural resource, crude oil, might no longer be profitable to us. Okay? So at the end of the day, with these natural resources on the ground, we discover that even our leaders do not know anything about them. Now, you are filtering your own candidates. How wise, how knowledgeable is he in this regards?
Thank you very much. I want to tell you that my candidate knows about everything. He have made consultation. He has traveled far and wide. He has been to where these resources are. He's known how he's going to utilize it to bring in resource money into the country to salvage Nigeria. He knows everything about it. If you listen to him last week in Mbelembem, exactly what he said, that the people that are stealing our oil is the government. He went there, he's seen so many vessels that they used to steal our oil. If our oil is being well sold for the country, then money we have the money to.
Yeah, definitely. For years we'll be dependent on oil. But now we are discovering that there are other alternatives. Is there any plan for him to work with people with sound mind to discover these alternatives?
I just use that as a sample. Yeah, he have been to so many areas. He been to where we have solid minerals in this country. Yep, he have already negotiated how the solid mineral in the country as at large will be used, to revamp Nigeria. I can show you that. So it's not just talking by mouth. It's not boasting. What he said, that is what he will do. I can tell you that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, Honorable Amadichi, I'll need you to come in here. Diversifying the economy. Over dependence on crude oil has left, according to some exponents, have left Nigeria where it is today. What is your take on that, and what is your party's take on that?
Okay. First of all, before I respond to that question, to the best of my knowledge, we only have APC, PDP, and Labour Party campaigning. So this election, I repeat, this election is between Peter Obi, Bola Tinubu, and Atiku Abubakar. Take it, write it down, and save it in your diary. That's why we have to tour around the nation for rallies. Where we need aircraft, we hire aircraft. Where we need to go by road, we go by road. But we must travel around this country to make sure that Nigerians hear what we're coming to offer them. That's number one. Then, back to your question. let me touch on the restructuring. When it comes to restructuring, I would plead with you guys to get hold of Peter Obi's manifesto. Now, in that manifesto, he made it clear. His government, no governor will start running around coming to Abuja for sharing of money every month in the name of allocation sharing. Governors should go back and look inward in their various states and see the potentials their state have so that we can explore them. Enough of everybody coming to Abuja at the end of every month to come and share allocation. And at the end of the day, the allocation you're sharing cannot even sustain your state. You can hardly pay salaries in the state. Some state governors are owing 8 months, 9 months, 1 year as salaries. It's quite unfortunate. So Peter Obi is coming now to say, listen, guys, we can't continue this way. Because if we continue this way, Nigerians will keep suffering. So now we need to look inward to say, each state, let us understand the resources, the mineral resources, the vast land in some states in the north, arable lands. I mean, these lands that when you properly, give these states the support they need and open up for investors to come in, agricultural production will increase. And now you can export food. That is why we are saying we are taking Nigeria outside of consumption and we're going to the production. So now, in terms of restructuring, every state should be independent to know what they produce and how the federal government can help them to explore what they produce and enhance what they produce. That is on the restructuring. He has made it clear, state police, the insecurity, if only some state governors can be allowed to have state policing, it will help to combat this insecurity. So it's part of the restructuring. Now, back to the oil. Everybody is looking at the oil, and we have more than oil. Truth be told, if only we can have leadership that can look inward to say, outside oil, what else can Nigeria explore? What can we export outside oil? Because everybody is looking at oil. Now, as we speak, there is organized crime in our oil sector, where a ship can come in, get loaded of crude oil, leave to whatever destination, and the government, the system we have now will tell us that oil theft, oil theft. This is organized crime, because in this 21st century, you cannot tell me that a cargo, a ship will come into the shores of this country, stay in the seaways for months, get loaded of our crude oil, and depart without any confrontation by the necessary agencies.
Security agencies.
Something is absolutely wrong somewhere. Somebody is not telling us the truth.
Take another short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with questions from Professor Uba. Please stay with us.
Introducing Clevenard More Food. Clevenard More Food is an African-based startup and fastest-growing food delivery player in Africa. At Clevenard More Food, we find solutions that redefine the food ordering and delivery space every single day. Order food from your favorite restaurants near you. Our aim is to transform the way people acquire what they eat and make food shopping easy for the general public. Help change the way people order food online and create a better and faster way to get it delivered to your doorstep. We invite every restaurant to sign up your restaurants to Clevenard More Food to enable you reach out to a larger customer base and increase your brand visibility. Download the best food delivery app now. Order from your favorite restaurants and track on the go. Download in 3 steps. App 1, Clevenard More Food, is for customers who want to order food for delivery from our app. App 2 is for Clevenard store owner. This is for restaurants who want to register their menu onto the Clevenard More Food. App 3 for Clevenard delivery staff. This app is for our delivery partners. You know what? We are always looking for pickup and delivery partners who take exceptional pride in being a hunger savior. We find solutions that redefine the food ordering and delivery space every single day. Sign up now, buy, and we deliver to your doorstep promptly. Clevenard, more food, more sales, less stress. Contact telephone +34 631 279811. info@clevenard.com or clevenard2011@gmail.com. www.clevenard.net or www.clevenard.com.
Okay, welcome back. It's still on Cleveland TV on political issues. And we have the gentleman on board today, Ambassador Okebolo and also Honorable Chike. At this point, I would like us to look at a critical question that has to do with Nigerian politics.
Okay.
That has to do with qualification. And I'll be addressing this issue I'll be directing this question to Ambassador.
Okay.
The question is, when it comes to qualification, because we have a terrible experience now, as long as qualification is concerned. There have been issues of qualification when it comes to candidates. Nigeria and Nigerians, they have academic prowess, which they've demonstrated across the globe, but that has not played that well in Nigeria. Now, the question is, why will Nigerian elites allow people who are not qualified to lead a country of over 200 million people? That is number one, because that has cost us. That is the reason why we are where we are today. People say it doesn't matter, it's not about qualification. But in Nigeria, that is playing a part. And my question is, the second to that is, what is the qualification of your candidates as a presidential aspirant?
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Before I answer the question, I have to go back to Honorable, my honorable man on the studio. Yeah, you said this before. I ignore it. That I know that you are not, I don't know you don't know what you are talking about. Yeah, that we have 3 political parties in this country. I want to tell you that before Labour Party, SDP was in existence. SDP is a major. SDP has candidates in the whole 36 states. They have senators, they have House of Reps, they have governors, they have House of Assemblies, okay, in all the states. But I want to tell you that the Labour, you are saying the third party, it hasn't got candidates in all the states. I can tell you that. In Lagos, you have not got candidates. Even in my state, in those states, they don't have candidates. They are only talking of Obi. Okay? I want to tell you that SDP has all this. And over years, we have been working underground. Then you are not telling me that SDP is not among the party contesting. My brother, please, you need to think about that well, because there are people who work in silence, but the sources will make noise. That's what we have been doing. Okay? That's that. Well, know now that SDP is more powerful than Labour in the country. Thank you.
Okay,
So now, your question is, my presidential candidate is a barrister, a lawyer, and he was a commissioner to UN. He had worked in several places in the whole in America, Canada, London, England, and Europe. He worked in all over. He was one time soliciting for the European Union. Okay, this is the man that have gone far and wide in the country. Stay in the US. He worked in the US. There's nothing that he don't know about how to rule the country. And secondly, this man, he has been self-employed. He has his own businesses. He has business. He has Kaftan Radio. He has pharmaceutical companies. Then he lives. He has in America, in Canada, UK, and in Nigeria. He mustn't forget Nigeria. Whatever he has outside the state, outside the country, he must have it in Nigeria as well. So with all this is a man that have never worked with the Nigerian government. He has never been in politics to work to embezzle money. He has never embezzled money in the politics, yeah. But he just is coming now. Not that he doesn't have money for the 20 years to come. He will not ask of money to feed his family, and he has everything he needs. Okay, he's a man that manages his business well. Every successful man that manages business well must be the person that will do us in this country. So it's a young man, 50 years old. In his 50, what he has achieved, I think is more than qualified to rule the nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And on that note, I would like to pose a question to Honorable Divine. Honorable Divine, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, very clear, loud and clear. Yes, we are looking at, yes,
Thank you.
We are looking at the issue of qualification. Nigerians can no longer condone this aspect of presidential aspirants having no certification, whether it's primary certification or secondary or higher institution, but they assume leadership and run the country down. So I'm not saying, looking at your candidate, is he competent enough? Does he have certificates to run this country? Because there is experience. Educational experience is important. We need a president that at least have a certificate, at least school cert, to run this country. Not people who doesn't have a primary school, school leaving certificate. They'll come and run our country down. So what do you have to say when it comes to your candidates?
Thank you. Before I respond to your question, let me once again touch on my Ambassador Dr. Odion and what he just said. You know, what we're discussing is about leadership. And we want a better leadership in Nigeria. And let's just be realistic to ourselves. This is not the time to say who is working at the background or behind. Nigerians want who is working in the forefront. We want to know who is working. So what I'm trying to say in essence is this. Yes, we have, I think, 18 political parties. We have candidates, but there will always be major candidates. Go to the street of Nigeria today and ask question, who are the major candidates? It's not even Odeon to say, Nigerian people will tell you those who are actually on the race. There are those who are coming to experiment, those who are coming to test their popularity, those who are just coming to, answer a presidential candidate once a presidential candidate. But there are those who are coming to win election. Peter Obi is in the race to win election. And it's not just in the race to win election, it's in the race because Nigerians want him. Every right-thinking Nigerian, I repeat, every right-thinking Nigerian, sincerely speaking, without any form of tribalism, without any form of sentimental of religion, every right-thinking Nigerian, as it stands today, the only option they have is Peter Obi. So now, when it comes to Peter Obi qualification, Peter Obi is a graduate of University of Nigeria and Soka. And he has served in different capacity, not just as an executive governor. Peter Obi has served as chairman of Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. He served, and when he left, SEC wanted to give him what is due to him as some sort of retirement, whatever, of at least a property worth over 400 million. And he said no, that he simply came to serve Nigerians under that commission. He must not take that, whatever that is due to him. Is due to him, constitutionally is due to him, but he said no. That is the kind of person we need. Somebody who will serve and he walks away without coming back to indirectly take from the masses again in the name of pension after serving for a few years, when those who must have served for 30-something years are still struggling to get their pension. And somebody will serve in an agency or a state governor 8 years, or one parastatal or former minister or whatever, and then you are coming back to take almost what even a serving member or a serving a civil servant cannot get in the name of pension. Peter Obi said no. Again, Peter Obi has served as a chairman of Fidelity Bank. So he has served in different capacity. He was also in the economic team of Jonathan. So he has paid his dues. Nigerians knows the capacity of Peter Obi. I use the word tested and trusted. He is tested and trusted, both on public life and private life. He has businesses. He always tell you that he's a trader. The man does his trading, making his money in his business. He has served the public in the public sector as a governor. He left. Since the last over 10 years he left as governor, he has never taken 1 naira as pension or gratuity or whatever you call it from the, I don't even know, 10 kobo. Nobody, no driver is receiving salary from Anambra State government. No cook is receiving salary from Anambra State government. He finished and left peacefully. And he finished and handed over without debt. Rather, he left money for the incoming government. This man has paid his dues. He has been able to convince Nigerians that, listen, I am the right candidate. He's not just coming to say it with mouth that I'm the right candidate. His antecedents has shown, his past record has shown that as it stands today, in the contention for the presidency of Nigeria come 2023, where we have 3 major candidates, Tinubu, Atiku, and Peter Obi, Peter Obi stands out in every ramification. Go to the street, and when I'm saying go to the street of Nigeria, when you stop 5 people and ask them, who do you want to be president? Any state in Nigeria, go to any city in Nigeria now, ask 5 people, and out of the 5 people, you have 3 or 4 people telling you that they want Peter Obi. That is acceptability for me. That is what it means to be a leader. He has paid his dues and is the right person for the presidency of Nigeria. And come 2023, Nigerians will overwhelmingly vote for Peter Obi. And let me tell you, rigging will not work this time. No amount of rigging mechanism will work. I'm happy that we have a new electoral act. It's going to, we're going to resist any form of rigging vehemently. Nigerians are angry. I tell you, Nigerians are angry. Even those who does not have their PVC, they will come out to protect those that have their PVC. If you think that, they are frustrating people not to take their PVC, those who cannot be able to take their PVC due to frustration of this government we have today, those who could not get their PVC, they will come out to protect those that have their PVC, to cast their vote for the right candidates that will liberate this country. Enough is enough, whereby Nigerians will be continue suffering even in the midst of plenty, because Nigeria will have all it takes to be one of the best countries in the world. So I tell you that come 2023, that's going to be a different ball game altogether. So let's wait and continue talking as we receive Peter Obi as the next president of Nigeria come 2023. Thank you.
Please, Professor, before you wrap up the interview, please let me just ask my question. Then we call it a day.
Don't call it a day. I need to respond to him. Don't call it a day. I need to say one thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you can do that, but let me just ask my last question. But you can still do that. You can respond to what he just said. Actually, my last question is this. Okay, we've all spoken, and we'll try to bring out one or two things on how to get it right this time, which is quite good for everybody. Okay, now we have over 20 political parties vying for one single position. Okay, in the country. Now, my question is this: should the populace, should Nigerians be looking at the party, or should they be looking at the credibility of the man behind the party?
Is that a question for me?
No, it's for the ambassador, please.
Say that again.
Okay.
Say that again, please. You said.
Yeah, I just asked Nigerians, okay, people that are going to vote these people into power now. Should we be looking at the party to make our choice, or should we be looking at the man behind the party to make the choice?
Okay, good, very good. Before I answer that question, I think I have to go back to my honorable brother.
Yeah, please do.
Honorable brother, you said lots, but I want to say to you that don't ever repeat it again that we have only 3 candidates in this country. Yeah. Yes, it's true that everybody is saying Obi, 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 Obi. So who are people that are sorry for Obi? Okay?
I'm happy you're saying everybody. Everybody.
I want to bring it back. I want to bring it back to those days, 2014, 15. Everybody in Nigeria, they were saying, say Baba, say Baba, say Baba. Eh? And they believe that, Baba is going to transform the country.
Eventually, Baba came.
Listen to me. They going to transform the country. But unfortunately, Baba won. Yeah, Baba won. And the first 4 years, Baba could not do anything. 2000 and the next election, the next election, they were saying the same people were saying Kai Baba, because the Baba did not do what they expected. Kai Baba, and they had to fought for the election and ring the next election that brought him back. The next election they ringed it that brought him back. Okay, so they could not do anything. So now the same way that you see people are calling Obi, obedient. We don't want to be disobedient after 4 years. I want to tell you now that after 4 years, if Obi is in government, we may be disobedient. We don't want disobedience. And that is why Obi can never win. People can be saying Obi. How many people? How many people that have the voters card? How many people that are politicians? How many people that are politicians? So I want to say to you, my brother, yeah, please, they are not deceiving you. They are deceiving you, but we know we are work underground. I'm a diaspora person. I work underground for my people, for the party to win. And I bet you, Adewale will surprise those 3 candidates you are talking about. It's not a boast. It's going to be real. Thank you very much. So, to your question.
Yeah.
Hello? To your question.
Yeah,
The public.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you.
hello, Professor, please let him answer that question. Should Nigerians be looking at the party or the credibility of the man behind the party?
That what I want to say. The Nigerians shouldn't look at the party. We are looking for. We are looking at the president, at the candidate behind it. That is why APC, PDP, and that is why Atiku, Buhari, Jagaban, and Obi, they are not credible. They are not credible candidates that can rule the country. So Adewale is the most credible person that can rule Nigeria successfully. Thank you.
Okay.
Professor Ba?
You've heard it from them. I think at this point, we've been able to iron some issues, but it's left for Nigerians to choose who to vote come 2023. That does not deny the fact that Nigeria has gone through a long path when it comes to political governance. We all as Nigerians look forward to the working government change the political landscape of Nigeria. We have a very concerning situation in Nigeria. We have civil unrest, we have killings here and there. People are being killed in Nigeria and say we have war in Nigeria, but the reality is that there is no war. And these are all politically motivated. It's high time Nigerians stood on their feet and made consensus decisions on who to vote or who to become their next president. So while we are working on that, we look forward to having a president of Nigeria come 2023 who will unite every part of Nigeria. That is what is most important. Nigeria is highly divided today. As we can see, we have the north, we have the south. Everybody is on his own, but we are looking for a political party and a candidate that can bring every section of Nigeria together for corporate wealth and one progressive nation. That's all we want in Nigeria. Your party, Ambassador Otin, can do that. We don't have a problem. If Labour Party can do that, we equally don't have a problem. But all we need in Nigeria as it is today is change. We need transformation.
Transformation, not change. Transformation, not change.
So it's been a pleasure having you,
Thank you
on this platform. Is the Afro Politics panel discussion on Clemna TV. And we have today Ambassador Dr. Odion Cedric Okwebolo and also Honorable Amadi Chichike Divine. These gentlemen.
Can we have our closing remarks?
Thank you.
Yes. Before we go, actually, I will leave you, I'll just give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds, your last word for Nigerians before we call it quit for this program. So I will start with you, Honorable Divine. What will be your last word? Just 30 seconds, please, for Nigerians. I mean, looking forward to election 2023. What's your final word before we go?
My final word is as simple as this. Nigerians are obedient, very much obedient, and they are looking forward to February 25th, 2023. Those that have registered for their PVC, there is ongoing collection of PVC. They should go and pick up their PVCs and get ready to vote Labour Party, because that is the only party that is coming to change the narrative. So now, as we speak, there are political realignments going on. I will plead with my brother Odion to confirm from his principal. He's about to step down for Peter Obi. Right, today's date. There is political, I'm telling you, there are political alignment going on. So they have realized that all of us cannot be in the race to win. There are those who win this election. There are some candidate must win this election. And other candidates are meeting to realign to step down for who is likely to win the election. So I would extend hand of fellowship to my brother Odion, that by the time his principal steps down for us, we all work together to deliver Mr. Peter Obi. And I look forward to work with him in the government of Labour Party. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Okay, over to you, Ambassador. Ambassador Ebola, what will you have to tell Nigerians at this point? We're about to leave the show.
Thank you very much, sir. So what I have to tell the Nigerians is to be wise this time.
Okay, Afro Politics panel discussion on Clemna TV, and we are wrapping it up at this point. But don't forget to subscribe to Clemna.com to keep pace with our programs. It's been wonderful having you guys out there. Thank you for watching. And I have my colleague, Demudia Franca. Franca, do you have anything to say? We're about to go.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful almost an hour with the two gentlemen, and we do hope that they are able to bring their principle back to the house to tell Nigerians what their manifestos are and all that. So for now, let's say bye from here and do have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye for now. We look forward to having a wonderful election, successful one next year.
God help Nigeria.